Remember, they're changing my voice, and I want you to know that I'm not gay. I even put that on many of these stickers to keep it clear. You might want to take a screenshot of this. This stuff's good right here. It's about how, you know, when people don't take to the content of the character, it's clear cut that they're being coerced and they're being tricked. You know, rape by deception is the sex that they have when they have sex. Okay, so no offense to the LGBT community again, to females. I have to tell the truth. This is important. It says, I am shunned because all attractive females worship Satan. Let's say, wow, that's one hell of a claim, right? So let's look at some of the evidence here. These are various American cultures, kind of the news culture, female, and all the other formal and professional, quote unquote, people like them. This is kind of rich, kind of fashionista. This is a liberal, kind of mimicking the devil to make a point. It says, why is Satan suddenly so popular, right? I should have put the whole thing. I guess I needed to fit it in here, but that was the title of this video. This is some kind of, you know, this was actually on YouTube, and I had to cover up the breasts, some kind of, I guess it was an underwear model or something, I forgot what it was, but you see how she, in a callous manner, instead of as modestly dressed, let society fool her, okay? And women like her love to point to women like her and say, oh, I'm much too classy for that, when people like her and their social class and demographic are instrumental in causing these people to act like that. That's like her and her friends run a train on her and then beat her up and then say, you better do that, and then turn around and say, oh, she's a slut. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying that she would say that or not, but you know. Anyway, here's some kind of new age yoga person. Here's Ava Max, right? You know, 783 million views, right? So it's almost like difficult to believe that that's the case. Lucky I was able to put that in this picture. This is, I forgot her name. She's a famous actress. And you know, and she's, you know, this picture's not doing her justice, but in a sense it is, because she looks evil in it, and she's very popular, and you know, one of the sexiest women alive, they would say, and so on and so forth. This is Jezebel. Okay, this is a cop that kind of resembles that. This is a nun, and that picture's not doing the video justice. She actually looked a lot more innocent than that in the video, but perhaps that's how she truly looks. This is a Muslim chick who they said was responding to the criticisms on Islam. And the point is that she's in the spirit of Jezebel. Not going to touch on whether Islam is wrong or right in this video. So she's in the spirit of Jezebel right here. You see how it's very similar to her? I don't know why that shows up. All right, so we have another Jezebel, and I believe that's another Jezebel. And we have this chick who is from the movie Hellraiser. Okay, you see how there's many points of references. Why would you want to look like people who are the points of references for evil, right? It's not enough to be good. You have to try your best to appear to be good. Okay, that's part of why I argue with them about them changing my videos and so on, and the message from God and so on and so forth. Right, here is another Jezebel. She looks like this female who looks like Paris Hilton. I don't know who this is. Maybe that is who that is. This is a demon. This is actually a depiction of the devil himself. And notice there's commonalities with him and every female here. You know, animus meaning spirit, animation, animal, what have you, right? And he has the little goat horns and so on and so forth. Here's a goth. I crossed that out. That was a pentagram. Here's an angry black female who's like, you're no better than me, nigga. I'm not going to do what you say, you know, kind of thing. You know, very rebellious, very unfair. I've established the throne in justice and righteousness. No one has the right to rebel. I'm not saying that she would say that, but that's what comes to mind. Here is, you know, an unfocused female. Here's a bunch of sorority chicks who are unfocused, you know, and they kind of don't care about themselves. I'm kind of let down by how this picture came out, but you can imagine between the people hacking and the people who make this bumper stickers, they perhaps work together to make this picture fuzzier than it originally was and than it was intended to be. That's rather unfortunate, and it's a form of them conceding my point. All right, so again, here's the Ukrainian women, and it's, you know, they're getting turned out right now. People are making them offers. They're desperate. You know, so the New World Order loves making you desperate and then turning you out. Okay. So here we have, I'm far more mature than everyone else, and I'm not gay. Notice what they're doing is the equivalent of never growing up, right? A voodoo doll, a Ken doll, a Barbie doll, right? They refuse to grow up and live in reality, so they're like, I'm someone important in the construct. I too am important. I'm important. I'm important too. I'm important too, right? Or however they would say it. They all, and this chick, right? She's like, hey, I'm a gothic queen, or whatever she thinks, a witch or whatever. You see, that's immature. Be yourself. right? Witches are fantasy ideas that use psychology and drugs and so on to help rape people, to help trick people into being raped, like a rock and roll fan or a rap fan with no higher cause. They're tricking them to join the culture, like every one of these cultures is doing. But they project that idea and set backwards as tees, right? Cleavage, right? The butchers wore heels, okay? And the prostitutes in Rome. So the people in the corporations are dressed similar to her, okay, are basically making a killing in business and teasing the righteous and throwing them under the bus. That's part of why this picture is so important, where I compare myself to these professionally dressed women. They're both news reporters, and when I was trying to find a picture of a corporate professional, they made it difficult for me, and I have my suspicions, okay? Here it says, "Contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor. Arise and come to my aid. Brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to me, I am your salvation." After I ate something that changed my voice a lot too. "Your beauty will make the king desire him. He is your master, you must obey him." Don't obey the people who naturally sound like they're trying to make me sound in this video, from what I gather, some kind of nerd or some kind of odd gay, Luciferian, with all due respect to the LGBT community. Okay. Here we go with Psalm 45:2. "You are the most excellent of men, and your lips have been anointed with grace, since God has blessed you forever. Put on your sword, O mighty warrior. You are so gracious, so majestic." So how are you just another professionally dressed woman, with all due respect, if any is due, right? You're more than welcome to repent immediately, okay? And you think you're better than the top martial artists ever, to the point if I try to talk to either one of you, you'd reject me. How many of you think that's fair? They edit my pictures to make it so I look like a purple skinned person or something. You think you do that to people who aren't more handsome than you are? Another, I believe it's the New Living Translation, says, "You are the most handsome of men." Okay, they're on some jealous, petty, I'm from the royal family, so I must look better than him. Yes, he's just a common Negro. Okay, maybe he's not so common, but I'm supposed to look better. Right? Stupid, right? When they changed my shape, you can see some semblance of this kind of divine look my hands used to have. They made it some kind of cartoon, weird pink hand. Try to, they'll probably edit it more in the video and see it's in his head. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Okay, again, I tell you,